So welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done any videos, just once again life getting in the way and that sort of thing. Little update is the Discovery that was in the videos of doing the gearbox, oil service and the prop shaft and that sort of thing is now gone, and I've bought a slightly newer one. It's on a 14 plate in Santorini black. I bought it in the car auction. Part of the risk of buying from a car auction though is obviously could be faults, and I have already fixed a diesel leak, which is a leak off pipe. You can clearly see it dripping here from one of the leak off pipes. That was I think genuine one was about £2 for the little O-ring. I got it from a local injector specialist place. I got a couple of them, so I had one spare, or a couple spare. But I've also had a smell of burning oil. So it's got an oil leak because it keeps leaving a nice mess on my brick reef drive. So last week I had a bit of investigation. It's coming higher than the turbo. I'll try and insert a little video here where you can see the oil on a heat shield, which is higher than the turbo. So it's clearly not the turbo. So I investigated a little bit further, taking diesel injector pipes, etc. off, and you can see where it is leaked from the inlet manifold. Now looking at the inlet manifolds, they look new. So somebody has been in there and has changed them, and they're not sealing correctly. We'll open the engine bay and we'll show you what I mean. So looking in here, these manifolds look very clean and new, and there's signs like that screw there or bolt there looks very clean. Somebody's clearly been in here and done stuff, because like I said, there's a leak off O-ring on this side which was split very slightly, and it was chucking diesel out all down the side, but the wiring has been put underneath the leak off pipes that side, whereas it should be over the top. And then looking at the back here, the leak off pipe where it comes around to the passenger side on a UK car, you can clearly see somebody's bodged it by cutting it and putting some clips in. So I've got a new pipe to replace all that. And also, I'll insert a little video here. I discovered a bolt which is just randomly rolling around down here. Now, as it turns out, that is to hold the diesel reservoir bit for the injector pipes. There's actually no bolts holding that on at all, or there wasn't until I investigated last week. So it's now a week later after discovering that it is the inlet manifolds, or the inlet manifold this side, which is leaking. So I bought all the seals for injectors, bought new leak off seals, bought a new leak off pipe, all the gaskets that I need, and we're going to remove the inlet manifolds and replace all the gaskets for them and seal them up, and then hopefully that will cure my leak. So a little progress update. I've got all the throttle body and all the intake pipe off. I had to take the coolant crossover pipe there off because you can't get to the EGR bolts there very easily with that in. So that is now off. So I took the viscous fan off just for access as well to the bolts at the front here. So now going forward, I'm going to do this side first, just because I know I've had this side apart last week, or to a certain degree apart last week. Plus, I think you have to move the cam bolt cover forwards, as there's two bolts down here, which you don't have to do apparently on this side. By looking at it, you might just do slightly. So I'm going to do this side first, and then we'll go from there. So next up is all the injector pipes, the leak off pipes, the injector wiring, and this diesel reservoir rail, whatever you want to call it. So we'll get all that off, and then we'll give you another update. Right, so a little update. I forgot to hit the record doing the time lapse of exactly what I did, but I've taken the diesel fuel rail off there, the pipes, and just put those little caps on top of the injectors so no dirt gets into them. So now next step is I need to see about this bracket here, because you can't really see it down there. There's a bolt on the inlet manifold, so we need to get that off, and we need to get the injectors out, and then I believe we're pretty much getting there. It's just a case of the cam belt cover forward, and then it can come off. So I've just got this little bracket here off, which is the one that goes down the side, which holds the EGR to the side of the engine. And now, I'm not sure how clear you can get it. You can clearly see down here, if I show you in a second, where there's obvious signs of oil leaking. There, you can see. Just in there. Oil has all been leaking out the side of the inlet manifold. It's not very easy to get it on camera, but it's obvious when you're looking at it. So I think now it's just injectors. Pull the cam cover back a little bit and we should be able to get it off. So progress update. I've got everything off and it's just a case of the injectors, and they're a bit of a struggle. I've got a puller, but obviously getting to that rear injector, all this is in the way, so I've stripped all the battery out and this out to try and move all this plastic to be able to get it out, but I couldn't. So I made up a little bracket to then obviously just pull it at an angle, and luckily it came out quite easily. This front injector was the worst, and as you can see it's a bit all gummed up, so that needs cleaning up before that goes back in. So it's clearly that copper washer isn't doing its proper job. So good job, I've got some new ones, so I'll have a look and see about cleaning up in those holes as best as I can. So now I think it's just a case of undoing all the bolts and we should hopefully be able to pull it off. So I think all the bolts are now loose. Just got a pry bar in here, just pulling that cam cover forward slightly. So well, yeah, he's loose. So let's stick it back up here. We'll see if we can get it off. Come on. Yeah. Oh, you tight bugger. A few minutes and some swearing later. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yes, it's off. Great success. Oh, thank God for that. So, it's off. You can see now that all down here, all at the back there. I know obviously a little bit of oil would have come out from doing it now. If we look, oh, it's a little light. And you look down the back there, I'll kind of point to it just back here. You can see it's clearly been leaking down there, making a right mess. You can see it. Oh, can you quite see it? It's just in there, a bit there. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Just there, like you can see where it's all running down the heat manifold. So we'll get this all cleaned up and new gaskets in, and then we'll put it back together. So the cover's all back on and the injectors are back in. It's now just a case of building it all back up again in reverse of taking it apart. I mean, I did yank the battery out and a few bits here just to try and get on that rear injector with a puller, but I ended up having to make or fabricate a little U-bend piece to be able to pull it out, because this bit of metal work is then in the way anyway. So I didn't bother filming that because it didn't actually work. So So yeah, we'll get it all built back up again, and we'll go for a first start. As you can see, just running lovely now. See, just a bit of smoke coming there, but that's residue from diesel and coolant and stuff that was dropped when pipes are disconnected, so that should hopefully burn off. I'll take it over to my old man's. It's got a steam cleaner, so give it a good steam and get rid of all the oil that's down the side of the engine there anyway. But all I've got to do now is just that final cover across here and take it for a test drive. It's already come up with a fault on the dash about, which I know that'll be low fuel pressure because obviously it didn't have any fuel in the rails and stuff when it first cranked. So I'll clear that and take it for a run, and hopefully all will be good. Alright, it's just taking it for a spin, just a couple of miles in a big loop near mine, just to make sure it drives right and it's not coming up with any faults or any nasty noises or broken down. But no, drives spot on. So just need to give it a steam clean, just to, obviously pressure wash doesn't really get oil and fuel and stuff off, so I need to take it over to my old man's, give it a steam clean, get the oil off, which is all down the side. The engine is caked in it, and like the wishbone and stuff like that. So clean all that up, and yeah, we can then keep an eye on it to see if there's any leaking. But fingers crossed, it doesn't. Fortunately, I've only done the passenger side. My plan was to do the driver's side as well, obviously in a UK car. But yeah, it's just taken me so long to do. It's the first time I've done it, so if I was doing it again, it'd probably take half the time. But the driver's side, there's no real sign of it leaking as far as I'm aware, or if it is, it's minimal. It's not leaving marks on the drive like the passenger side. So thank you very much for watching, and please like and subscribe if this sort of thing interests you. There's a couple of things to do to it. This one, unlike my previous Disco, the previous one had xenons. This has just got halogens. So I've bought some LED bulbs to go in it, but I'm just trying to get a bit of video. When I tried videoing it the other day, so we've got a comparison before and after fitting the LED ones. The halogen bulbs on the camera seemed so bright, it was unbelievable. Yeah, you're better off having a camera screen in front of you and driving to that than actually driving in real life. So yeah, there's that. There's a washer jet as well that's blocked up. I've tried unblocking it a couple of times, but not really helping. So for 20 quid, I got another one. So that sort of thing is coming up. So thanks again, and see you soon.